Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Wenty Anggraeni. So in this video, I would like to tell you about material review from audience studies and encoding decoding. In the beginning, audience research two distinct approaches characterized by their aspiration and their underlying ideologies. First, early studies. The mass media possess significant influence and the capacity to modify audience behavior. Second, Frankfurt School, the ruling elite employed mass media to shape and suppress the lower classes, compelling them to conform to the government's desires and the extreme right-wing nationalist ideology of the Nazis. Third, merely the early studies on audience and media effect emerged as a reaction against the pessimistic views expressed by FS scholars, as advocated by American researchers. Based on German society experience, family and community says we can with the ascendancy of fascist ideology. Individuals increasingly susceptible to external influence, particularly the mass media. Influenced by the propaganda disseminated by the ruling faction within society. The mass media function as a hypodermic needle. Okay, the next slide is the affect tradition. The dominant tradition in audience research that emerged in the United States after World War II assumption media message have a direct and powerful impact on audience behavior and attitudes. Two orientation or approaches. First, the message effect. Orientation characterized by a behaviorist and empirical perspective. Employ laboratory research, examine change in audience behavior when exposed to or influenced by media message. Second, the audience-oriented approach a functional approach and focus on the social characteristic of diverse audience, such as the class background, educational levels, and other social factors. This social characteristic influence how audience receive or reject media message. Two orientation approaches. First, audience studies, critical perspective. Critical perspective on audience studies begin by advancing several criticisms of the earlier studies and perspective. Heavy reliance on empirical data in understanding and the meaning of media message and image. The fundamental philosophy and concept of this perspective still remain functionalist and behaviorist. Second, reception analysis. Begin by examining communication in a holistic context, viewing the entire communication process as inseparable from society. All of the communication phenomena should be explained by examining the patterns of power relation within society. Audience studies should examine how the process of making of media message by the audience is shaped through social and cultural structures. And the last is a critical approach that evaluates the process of meaning, making and examine its relationship with social economic structure of society. Okay. The next is reception analysis, encoding and decoding of media message. Based on semiotic arguments, Hall argues that media message should not be seen as package delivered by producer to the audience. According to Hall, message are encoded by message producer, such as producer, directors, and editors, and then received or decoded by the audience. Individual audiences engage in the process of decoding or interpreting media message differently. The nationwide audience. The reception analysis model proposed by Hall provides a theoretical framework from the study of the nationwide audiences by David Morley in 1980. Examine how different audiences give different reception to current affairs program on British television titled Nationwide. audience is capable of understanding and interpreting media message, but still within a social structure context. The study also assumed that society and individuals within society are not homogeneous, but heterogeneous. Society is divided based on first, class and social background, second, gender, third is ethnicity. All the social factors cause the audience to interpret media message based on their social background. This nationwide study also assumes, first, the process of producing meaningful message by the media is problematic. Second, message in social communication are always in complex forms and structures. This message also have the potential to convey different meaning. The message often suggests how they should be understood but still remain a structured polysemic form. The third, the activity of obtaining meaning from media message is also a problematic practice. And the conclusion is, overall, audience research has moved away from the simplistic notion of direct media effect on passive audience. It recognized the agency and diversity of audience, their activity, engagement with media, and the complex social, cultural, and technological factors that shape their media consumption patterns and interpretation. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thanks for watching and see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.